Well, banning books, it's something that we've been talking about recently. Some are against it, others say it's the right thing to do.
Tonight we're talking about a book written by a Birmingham woman, and while it hasn't been banned, it is causing controversy. Randy Pink says a heated debate started when a high school in Pennsylvania wanted to add her book to its curriculum.
We have our WVTM 13 Zoe Blair joining us here, who sat down with the author today.
Yes, guys, this is the book in question, Angel of Greenwood, and it is a historical fiction novel, so it's not completely true, but there are some very real facts about the Tulsa Race Massacre.
I look at historical fiction novels as a crack in the door to introduce people to history, right? So I focus on the heroes in history. If you bury the history, you're burying the heroes with it.
Last month, after a 5-hour meeting, the Pine Ridgeland School Board in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania voted against adding the book to their curriculum, a decision students don't understand.
I'm having trouble understanding the reasoning behind not letting this book in. I'm currently reading it right now. I think it is a great book. It talks about something that many students don't know anything about. Many people don't know anything about the Tulsa Race Massacre. So teaching about these things should never be seen as a threat, and teaching history is never going to be a threat.
Author Randy Pink was shocked to hear her book had become controversial, but she's also proud.
Immediately, I started to see the incredible young people in that community who were so brave and so inspiring to step up in the heated debate. Teenagers.
Those students say this book taught them valuable lessons, and they think it needs to be included in the curriculum so others can learn the same things.
I loved hearing all these stories and diverse opinions that I never got to experience growing up where I did. And so kind of learning about wars and learning about like the Tulsa Race Massacre, it was important, and it helped me grow empathy and compassion for others. And so I feel like having these books and having diverse perspectives, especially in a place like this, like where we live, where we don't get those, like it's important.
And that's one of the main reasons Pink is fighting for her book.
You know, most of us have a zip code, and the same people live in that zip code. People who look like us, people who worship like us. We go to the same Piggly Wiggly stores, you know. Same coffee shops. Books are a bridge out of that bubble, you know, and when things like this happen, I think immediately that if you burn the book, you burn the bridge.
That's why she's traveling to Pittsburgh this weekend to talk to the community where her book has caused this controversy.
I would love to come there and take a little bit of heat out of the discussion, look these people eye to eye and say, hey, we can meet in the middle on this and discuss in a civil, hopeful way.
Is to help people realize the importance of books like this. Now we're going to be following up with Randy as she visits Pittsburgh this weekend. We'll keep you updated on how this all plays out.
Zoe, what exactly will she be doing when she goes there?
Yeah, so while she goes there, she's gonna have 2 meetings. One of them will be specifically with those students that have been standing up for her book and kind of fighting for it, and then the other is gonna be with the community so they can understand why books like this one are so important.
I appreciate that. Thank you.